What is up, guys? It is Joe. We are back. We're talking ball about the Cats, and in today's video, it's going to be a little bit different. Today, I have a new series starting up, and I want to say my absence will be explained here in just a sec, but let me get into this here now. This video is called the K-State Word of the Day. Now, I'm not usually a daily upload guy. I'm usually an every other day guy, but the next couple of days, I'm going to be a daily guy. Until the season kicks off, I'm going to be a daily guy, providing you with a K-State Word of the Day, explaining what the relevance is for the upcoming season, so on and so forth. So today's video is going to be the first edition of that, but super quick reminder, if you like the channel, if you appreciate some of the content, hit that subscribe button. It does help me out, and at 3,000 subs, we're getting that leg tattoo. Do not forget, we are right up in there. The second it happens, we'll be ready to roll. But the K-State Word of the Day is mistakes. Now, I'm going to tie in both the K-State Word of the Day to my thing and to the K-State football season. The reason I've been gone the last 2 weeks, it's been, sometimes the schedule is just tough to manage, but I had a pretty catastrophic explosion the other day where my computer is, it's out of commission. It's permanently dead. That's the best way to say it. It stopped recognizing the boot sequence, and it fried my hard drive. And it's an old enough computer, like I got it as a gift from a friend, where it's not worth replacing. It's just, that's too much money, too much time, too much effort into something that I don't see having much of a life cycle. That being said, that was a real damper on the recording setup, and it's been kind of a grind getting that back. So that's a big expense. And before I do move off this topic, I want to say, for those of you that have contributed some money to help out with the new PC or to get something new, first of all, thank you guys so much, man. That is it's crazy to me to think about that there's enough people out there that are supporting, that are, that give a damn about what I have to say enough that they're willing to pay money to get me back on track. So I appreciate those who have contributed. Once again, please don't feel like you have to. I'm not trying to put this on you, but if you do feel like helping, there's links to my Venmo and my Cash App in the description of this video. If you want to help out with the new PC fund, I appreciate that, and I love you so much. But I do want to give a special shout out to those who have already jumped on that gun and helped out. I appreciate you guys immensely. So that being said, mistakes were made. The mistake being made, I was advantageous and opened a fourth tab. I know, crazy concept for a computer not be able to hold 4 tabs at once. And to put this in perspective, my PC was made before Harambe died. So this has been a hot sec. But the idea is this thing was given as a gift from a buddy of mine who built it when he was a freshman in high school way back in the day. So it's had a good life cycle. It's 13 years old now, and it sounds like a microwave whenever you boot it up. Long story short, a new PC is on the horizon. We'll get this thing going. Just because I can't do this all from my laptop, every single day, it's a lot tougher. It's not the easiest process, but that's where the mistake was made. You didn't anticipate the expenditure or the loss, but it happened, and now there's going to be good things ahead of it. I'm past it now. So that's my part of the K-State Word of the Day, is mistakes. Now, how that ties into Kansas State. The last couple of days, because I haven't been absent on social media, I just haven't been posting videos, I've seen a little bit of outcry about this whole, wow, K-State's offense is turning the football a lot in practice. They're turning it over a lot. And I would say this to you. First of all, chill out. Second of all, this happens all the time. It just doesn't get reported all the time because people don't want to throw their quarterback or their team under the bus. Let me explain this thought, because this is completely expected. However, Matt Wells said it better than anybody else could. They asked him, they said, hey, the defense has been talking a big game about how they're continually turning you guys over. How do you feel about that? And he said, I think you talked to them on the right day. I think that was a day where we didn't take particularly good care of the football, turned it over, and you got them right after that. So they felt real good about it, and that's where that statement comes from. It wasn't to sit here and say, okay, Avery Johnson has thrown 9 interceptions this offseason in first-team defense. That's crazy. He's not going to take care of the football. That does not concern me. I got to tell you that right now. Also, I'll put a personal spin on this as well here in a sec, but Matt Wells continued and said, hey, they've had a couple of days where they've had really, really good days. They're a stingy defense. They're going to be one of the best units in the Big 12. It makes sense that they're causing turnovers. I know as a fan, you would think, no, offense has to take care of the football. They can't turn it over. This can't happen this season. It is so different preparing for a team you've played every single day, whose team and plays like the back of your hand, whether you're on offense or defense. Hey, this ball is going to Dylan Edwards. How do we prepare for that? We go stand by Dylan Edwards. It's going to challenge the offense so much more beyond than just offense versus defense. Here we go. I've got a personal story that I love telling whenever stuff like this happens, because it happens every offseason. It's, this guy's been really, really, really good this offseason. Then you don't see him play at all. Or this guy's been awful, man. We're really starting to lose hope for him. Then he goes, he's the best player on the team. This stuff happens all the time. Preseason expectations, people win the Heisman in the month of September, so on and so forth. All of this stuff happens every single year. 2 things to say. 1, if you put a whale on the basketball court, the game would be canceled. It's all about ifs and buts. The second thing, my senior year of high school, my buddies and I might have been going into freshman year of college. My buddy and my brother and I drove out to Chiefs camp. We went to St. Joseph, Missouri, went to go watch the Chiefs play. For those of you that aren't Chiefs fans, I apologize for this statement, but this is going to put it into perspective. We went out there and we drove, it's an hour or whatever from home, And we were out there, like, cool day. We get to see Patrick Mahomes, the first look of him as the full-time starter. We saw him sit on the bench the previous season behind Alex Smith. Week 17, he looked good against the Broncos, but it's the Broncos. Pat goes out there, looks good. Then coming in the training camp, he's the guy. Alex Smith is in Washington at this time. He's the guy now. And we see Patrick Mahomes in the first-team offense. Pat throws 3 picks against the second and third-team defense. The first pick to a guy wearing number 63 playing middle linebacker. And I looked at my brother, and I looked at my buddy, and I was like, there is no way in hell this team's going to win more than 8 games. This is going to be a long season, boys. And of course, that same season, Pat goes and wins league MVP. So I thought he was going to be absolutely trash based off the preseason expectation of what I saw. And then he gets out there and plays against teams he hasn't seen, and he's the best player in football. And is still the best player in football, mind you. It's just to say this stuff isn't always, point A goes to point B every single time. It doesn't always have to go that way. Hey, if the offense has turned the football over a couple times, maybe this dude couldn't hold on the football in the running game. Maybe it was Jacob Knuth throwing a pass. Maybe it was a Taquan Roberson. Maybe Avery had a mental lapse and overthrew a dude, and tossed it right to Marquise Siegel. This stuff happens all the time. Don't overreact, guys, because it's a different product when you play somebody different, and we will see it on August 31st, my friends. I do have a fall wedding to go to. I know it's sacrilegious. I hate to say it. Fall wedding takes precedence. I'm going to be there, but they're K-State folks, so we'll be watching the game, and that post-game comments might be a little bit different because, all you can drink at a wedding. We'll see how this video goes coming up on game day, but every single day, I'm going to post a K-State word of the day, something that I think is relevant enough to talk about for a few minutes. It'll be shorter. This one's a little bit longer because I had to explain some different things, but it'll be about 4 or 5 minutes just talking until the season kicks off. And then if you guys want it to stay, we'll figure it out. If not, that's okay too. But I appreciate each and every one of you for, holding it down during my little drought here of not posting videos. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And for those of you that have been wondering, I am trying to slow down my voice because I know I get real fast and talkative, and I'm trying to get it a little bit slower because I know I get excited about this stuff, but I want to deliver it at a cadence where you can hear. So I am trying, for those of you that have been wondering. I'm going to get that figured out soon enough during the season. But that's going to do it for today's video. For K-State's word of the day, it is mistakes. Limit mistakes. Take care of the football. We will be A-okay once the season starts, and I'm excited to see that come to fruition. But I will talk to you guys here soon. Tomorrow, Have a great rest of your day. Go Cats.